Where is it? Sorry. There is it. Nice ads, whatever. Yeah, oh, good night, Sebastian. Have a nice sleep. Okay, like this. Do we really need 6 tiers? I feel like no. Or maybe we do. Let's just stay with 6. I want 1 tier for. Actually, we will see. We will see when we put it. So the first boss here. Wait, is that Abhorrent Beast? Kind of hard to see, but that is Abhorrent Beast, right? It's funny that it starts with Abhorrent Beast because that is my new least favorite boss of the entire game, dude. Actually, a horrible boss. Yeah, Abhorrent Beast. Ironically, before I did this, when I only went off casual, I thought it was a decent beast. Like I thought it was one of the better ones, and then I played this, and I was realizing, oh my god, this is absolute garbage. Multiple frame trap, like many frame trap attacks, a lot of ultra fast attacks, some unreactable attacks. You can basically never be close to him, and you also have no punish windows. You have to get behind and like strafe under. And then in phase 3, a straight up undodgeable attack. Although that might have been due to the 60 FPS. But even then, like, fucked up, dude. Fucked up. Horrible boss. For now, I'm gonna put him in lowest. It will stay in lowest. That is like, in every single way, that is a horrible boss, dude. Like, there's nothing good about this fight. Absolutely nothing. Then we have Amygdala. Amygdala is not the worst fight, actually. For Bloodborne is one of the better bosses, even. It does have, like, both Amygdalas have too small of an arena, which is definitely bad. Both the one in the main game and Chalices. But you can, like, comfortably play them, even on low damage for a long time. Like, some of these AoEs are really not great. And like, there could be a few more punish windows, I guess, but once you know the boss better, you can, like, get on the arms pretty nicely. And I can't really think of any attack that is, like, a problem to dodge here. Except maybe, like, when you're mid-range and she does this push spam. But that should be easily avoided by just positioning. So I'm putting her in B tier. Can I not make this go away? No. Sorry about the ads. So I'm putting her in B tier. Hey, what's up, Enzian? Then we have... Oh my god, who the fuck is this? Why are these images so... Who is this? Is that Bloodletting Beast? The quality of these images is crazy, dude. Is that Bloodletting Beast? Like headless bloodletting? That is headless bloodletting. Which beast is that? I guess this is Bloodletting Beast, but with a head. Okay. That's fine. Okay, Bloodletting Beast with a head. Yeah. Probably better than the headless version, simply because of the bigger arena. And it has some other attacks. Like the grab under and shit. But what makes this boss absolutely horrible is... like, A, it's too big, and when you're under him, you can't really see. Especially the grab that it has, you can't see it coming. So you always have to go back in front or away. But more importantly, the mini steps, dude. Every, like, movement that he does hits you and multi-staggers you if you're unlucky, which is just insane. You can break the limbs pretty easily. That's nice. The attacks when you're in front are pretty fine. Also nicely punishable, but the problem is on every punish you have to fear that you get stepped on or like pushed with damage and shit and staggered, which is just garbage. That is only from a hitless perspective though. Like, I can't really take that too much against the boss. It is absolutely horrible, but for like just playing it, I would probably still give it a C. Because arena is big enough for him. Arena is big enough. Why is it a D? I can't tell, man. No, I'm giving it a C. Like, it's really like more about the stepping that puts him like way down. Otherwise, this would be one of the better beasts actually. Minus the like between legs grab, because like you're supposed to be under beasts all the time to like actually damage them. So, and having an attack that you can't see coming from there is kind of ass. But yeah, C I think works. And we have BSB, also one of the better beasts. Can pretty easily strafe all attacks. You can parry it, which is rare for a beast. The poison is obviously kind of trash. Like any boss that has a constant aura of damage is shit. This is not damage, this is build up, so this is not as bad, but it's still kind of like, why? Like, come on, dude. It's not cool. The arenas are... Actually, the Chalice arena is better for this boss. But the real arena is also not too bad. Like, you can reposition pretty easily and let her come to you. She's also pretty aggressive, so should be fine. Is this really an A? No, it's not, because it's not really mechanically interesting in any way. Like, and also when you're in front and try to dodge like her spam combos, it's trash. Like, you really have to just strafe it to have a nice fight. So I'm putting this in B as well. Maybe better than the amygdala though. Yeah. Celestial Emissary, lol. Yeah, it's obviously a shitty gang fight. Very squishy, so it's not really an issue on any run. And you can always run away from them, but it's like, why? Like, I could see when you put all of them there, and then once the other transforms, the other dies. Like, or maybe it would suck up the energy from the others, and that's how it gets big. And then you fight only one, then it would be way better. But the fact that you have to all these dudes at the same time, and I think they respawn too, even in phase 2, right? Or like always, after a certain amount of time they respawn like infinitely. So that is like, ugh, that is a D. Even though it's not mechanically like a problem or anything, but it is. Yeah, it is just bad. Bad ganks. No one likes ganks, and they don't work in these games. I don't know why they always keep doing it and doubling down on it. Yeah. Who is this? Is this Lawrence? No, right? No, this is Lawrence. Who is this then? Oh, it must be Cleric Beast then, because they look the same. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, that is Cleric Beast. Okay. First boss of the game for most people, probably. First or second boss. I'm not a. This will be a very negative list, by the way, if you couldn't tell. I'm not a fan of pretty much any beast fight in the game. It can't be D tier because it's not emissary tier. I think it's worse. I think it's about on the level of Bloodletting beast, kind of the same, except it doesn't have the step-on problem, so that's why it goes over it, or like higher in the C tier. These beasts, all these beasts suck, dude. I don't like them. So yeah, that is like, it's pretty simple boss, right? You just kind of dodge under, hit the legs or whatever, and then you break it and blah blah blah. Oh, the arena is really bad though. Way too small for this. Bad arena, but still I'm putting it over bloodletting because of the step. The step on staggers is just stump. You may need to add F plus here. No, not yet. Then we have Paul, aka Paul / Lauren Darkbeast. I actually like, mechanically I like this beast way more because when you're under it you can properly see, and the attacks are way more reliably dodgeable. Also under it, you can strafe around a lot. The AoE you can roll into, like completely iframe it, which is nice. There's no like AoE where you have to run away. The only problem with it is that it's too fast and jumps around off camera all the time. And then it does this ultra fast attack that it has, which like that is just bad. Also, the arenas are kind of too small for such an agile big beast. Both of them. One of the better beasts though, and like just like minus, the only real bad thing here is the jumping away and hitting you off cam, but it's pretty heavy stuff because like it happens all the time, and yeah. And the hitbox, like hitting him is also not great because it's like randomly just dodges out of the way or moves and then you just miss. But I'm putting this over these. It goes into the B tier. Just that one big problem with the jumping off cam and then doing the insta move and shit. It's just like, it shouldn't be this fast with jumping around for such a big enemy. But yeah, one of the better ones. Oh god, here we go. Sumerian Descendant. Where do I put this dude? Multiple. In phase 1, multiple unreactable attacks. Still kind of possible though. However, like you can also avoid the unreactable attack by just staying away, which is like also trash in Bloodborne again. It's like happens all the time, right? You have to wait for that one thing. Just annoying. At phase 2 though, oh my god, dudes. This, like, I don't know what they were thinking. They probably were thinking nothing. They just added a million ultra fast attacks with like 2 arm slashes that come delayed from each other, so you always get frame trapped. I don't know how many unreactable attacks this guy has in phase 2. Probably like 5 to 10. It's actually crazy. Then the throwing move, the double throwing move, curving to you and coming also delayed of each other, so you get fucked no matter where you dodge. The arena is absolutely horrible for the second one, I guess, but the second one is the major one because you fight him way longer. Is this garbage tier like Abhorrent Beast? I think it is, dude. Like a boss that has so many unavoidable attacks, like cannot, like it just cannot be. It's like this is like this guy is mechanically fine, right? It's just the ads make it ass. But then yeah, it has to be F tier. I'm putting it over Abhorrent Beast. I don't hate this guy like I hate Abhorrent Beast, but he is just as bad. Yeah. Horrible boss. I don't know, like, and probably also the mechanically hardest boss. Like phase 2 of this boss is probably mechanically the hardest thing they've ever created in terms of like low damage. Like let's say you would have to do a 30-minute hitless fight for this guy. This would probably be the hardest ever, if not impossible humanly. Oh god, here comes the next trash. Abby. Oh god. I'm feeling like I'm trashing constantly, but this game just has so many bad bosses, dude. Yeah. everyone talks about the charge attack from this boss, which is absolutely horrible, but there's so many more things wrong with this boss. The AoE aura that damages you constantly. Why? For what reason? Then all of the swings, she has too many arms here. Like, how many arms does she have? 6? Or 6 limbs, whatever. Or tentacles, I don't know. She swings them around, also delayed of each other, just like this guy in phase 2. So you can you dodge through one of them and then get hit by the other. So you always have to like get away again. Just like, again, common thing, Bloodborne bosses have to get away and wait for that one thing, get in, and then they get out again. You can, I think, loop her when you're like behind or something, but obviously that's nothing that a normal player like would ever do or figure out. The laser attack, not great, but you can at least strafe it. Just the visibility is kind of ass sometimes. And then yeah, the charge is obviously horrible. Like, that is a common theme in Bloodborne too, that the charge is really bad. I just don't know if I feel like F tier is too harsh for this, because these two are really like absolutely garbage in every way. Well, this boss is garbage in most ways, but at least has some stuff that you can deal with and you can comfortably fight it. Not comfortably, but you can fight it. And the arena is at least an appropriate size for this boss. So I think I'm going with D. Worse than this guy, even though this is a gank, but this is just way worse of a fight. Sumerian Elder. Now this is the first pretty good boss, I would say. Sadly, he's a little early in the chalices, so I didn't really get to learn him like fully, because he like didn't have that many HP. But I think this is an A tier boss, dude. Like, I didn't see any problem with him. Can comfortably dodge all attacks. He has some combos, parry him. You can interrupt him on some. Just a good boss, dude. Like, I didn't see anything wrong with him. Maybe I would if I would do like a low damage fight for a long time, but it felt fair from start to finish, and it was fun to dodge. The arena is big enough. Visibility is good. The only thing that I remember just now is that his teleports, they fucked up the lock-on those. Like, he does the Lorien teleports, right? Where he just goes away and then comes back, like, behind or whatever. And on, like, half the time, the lock-on just goes away, even though it's not supposed to. You're still supposed to be locked on after a teleport, which, just doesn't really work here most of the time, which is kind of shit. And then he might teleport like on the side or behind, and then you have to like turn the camera fast. Kind of ass. But other than that, really good boss. So I'm putting this in A for now. Gascoigne. Oof. This is one of the bosses that I can say the least about, I guess, because he was obviously early game. So I barely even, or not, didn't learn him at all for this, because like it was not a low damage fight that I had to do, or a fight where he one-shots me. I would say this is one of the better Bloodborne bosses, though, minus the arena. Arena, absolutely garbage. One of the worst in the game. The question is, where do I put him? D is too low. A. He's definitely one of the better like NPC fights, or not really NPC, but you know what I mean. NPC type fights, or human fights, I should say. But does he go bottom A or top of B is the question. The arena is really like, I often try to like disconnect arenas from bosses and don't judge it too harshly, but this boss's arena is so tied to how it plays. Like, You get stuck all the time. You try to get cover. He gets stuck. You don't have space to dodge. It's not good, and it really heavily affects how the fight plays for the worse. So I think I'm going with top B tier for now. Maybe I change that later, but that's fine, I think, for now. Then we have, oh god, Forgotten Madman. Holy shit. Another absolutely horrible fight. Yeah, NPC fight, like truly NPC, with with an ad that just blasts you in a horrible arena with some unreactable attacks, with ranged attacks that you have to roll and can't even strafe. Oh god. This F tier, dude. Yeah, it is, dude. It's like much more possible because of being able to nuke him and interrupt him, but like everything this is again like this tier is for stuff that's where everything about the fight is garbage, and that is true for him as well. He's better than these two, I guess. Maybe this guy's better because he has a possible phase 1, but yeah, like this maybe. Not much to say about this guy. Just gang fight in a small arena that blasts you all the time. Ugh. What were they thinking, dude? Even alone, this guy would be really bad. But with the clone added, or not clone, but with the spawn, with the added, that's like, it goes into F then. Okay, German. That is a boss that, before, like when I only played casually, before I started this BL4 playthrough, I was like, like okay, but I'm not a big fan, I guess. But now that I kind of learned him a bit and like actually got into the flow of the fight, I really like this fight. The arena is bad, sadly, but it's like it can be played around. So it's not like a case of where is he? Like on Gascoigne, where the arena is like a major part of it being garbage. So I kind of like German, dude. He's fucking hard though, dude. Like when it comes to like many of all these bosses here have unreactable attacks, right? And this guy actually doesn't, but he's like so close to having unreactable attacks. Yes, you have to be on point to like really get him down. You have to be really fast. But I kind of like that flow. I would like to fight him more, honestly. And then yeah, also the parries work nicely. Not like on Queen, as we saw, where you get hit early and get partials all the time. Yeah, the only bad thing, like truly bad thing about him, I think, is the arena. But it isn't too bad. Like, it doesn't affect him too bad. Is he better than him? Yes. I would say these two are, like, on the same level, but this, like, German is way more involved and a more grand boss, right? Way more attacks and variations, so that's why he goes above. I don't know if... would I say this is an S tier boss? Not really, because... like, it's not... I don't know. The flow of the fight appeals to me, but I feel like it's still a bit too overtuned, like on paper. That makes sense. I might put it in S later. We'll put it like this for now, but I really like German now. After this, oh god, here it comes. Yeah, Headless Bloodletting Beast. I put this normal Bloodletting Beast here. The headless version definitely worse, because some extra shitty attacks. Way smaller arena, which is absolute garbage. The AI is also worse. Somehow. And then the phase 2, like the new phase 2 combos are not too bad, except it has an instant attack, unreactable attack, literally instantaneous the worm attack. Absolutely horrible. But again, because the foundation of the attacks is mostly fine, it doesn't go into ultra garbage in F. I would put it here. I would even say it's still better than... Is it? No, it can't be better than Abby because of the step on. Like, with all the extra problems now. Yeah, and the small arena, you can get cornered, and yeah. And the step on is on this guy actually worse than here. Like here, he doesn't step on you as much or as hard or as like problematic, but this guy does more. So yeah, really really bad boss with some redeeming qualities from the main moveset, but like everything together just doesn't work. German, one of your favorites, yeah. German is nice. Okay. Keeper of the Old Lords. Another... I don't know if this counts as an NPC fight, but yeah, I think it does, yeah. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Also dodges and stuff like that. For an NPC fight, it would be one of the better ones, I think, if the arena would be good. But sadly, the arena is not good. Which is not... Oh, at least for the second version, I guess. Which is not nice. But this is also a boss that I kind of beat too fast to like really know a lot about, like to know enough to make a nice opinion. I feel like he's not that bad though for an NPC type fight. Very annoying because you have to wait all the time or interrupt him with gunshots because of the fire moves. But I think it still kind of works. So I think I'm putting him here above Bloodletting Beast. Not a fun fight, not even a good fight, but yeah, just mid, kind of mid. Bad arena. Like this is, yeah. I think it's fine like this. Oh god, Maria. So here people are gonna start getting mad at me, I think. Is Maria too fast? Simply too fast, dude. Like you have, and again, a boss, like I said, common theme in Bloodborne, where you have to stay away and wait. Because if you approach, you will just get a bunch of unreactable bullshit. Which is just bad. And then if it would only be like phase 1, then we would be like, okay, you can comfortably strafe everything. There's challenge with the like gunshot and stuff. The arena is big, but then comes phase 2 at phase 3, which are just horrible. Like, sorry. Just like, why would you add so many lingering hitboxes and AoEs to everything? And then like the thing that I just said, where you have to stay away and wait for shit. Phase 2 and especially phase 3 of this, I think it applies most to this boss out of all the bosses in the game, where it's just like, stay the fuck away and wait for that one thing. Which is just bad. And then you get out of position one time and you're in ultra trouble. It is pretty cinematic and cool, and the music is nice, but like phase 2 and 3 are just mechanically bad, I'm sorry. And for no reason as well. Like, they had a good moveset, they could have capitalized on it in better ways than just adding fucking AoEs and longer range and lingering hitboxes. So, this is... I wouldn't even call this a good boss, dude. Like, I think it goes top of C, maybe. Maybe even here. Maybe Cleric Beast is a better fight than Maria. Obviously way more simple. Nah. I guess it's not fair to do that because it's like so much more simple, but If it would just be phase 1, she would be like here somewhere. But phase 2 and 3 just ruin this boss, dude. It just ruins it. Yo, Vomit, what's up? Cleric Beast is indeed a fight, yeah? Yeah, Maria, C, not a great boss. Lawrence, talking about not great bosses. Also kind of beat him too fast, to be honest. I kind of got him down though in phase 1. In phase 2 is actually easy and comfortable. So phase 1, it really just the phase 1. He has also the big problem of you don't see his attacks coming very well. You always have to like reposition and shit. But you can at least comfortably or like kind of roll through most of his moves, which is not a given for a beast boss like that. That is Elder. Descendant is down here. I honestly like for how hated Lawrence is on pretty much every casual run for everyone. It got a lot. This boss actually got better for me on BL4 playing this. It's still not a great boss, and it's worse than Cleric Beast. I would say I think it goes here because it's like basically Cleric Beast but more evolved. Oh yes, phase 3, yeah. Yeah, like I said, phase 3, I thought it was phase 2, but phase 3 is like pretty much okay. Kind of boring, but you can comfortably deal with phase 3 and it works. But yeah, like he did get better for me. If I would have ranked him before doing this, he would be like here or something. But I actually like him a bit more now. It's just that he's really hard. He's just really hard, dude. But honestly, better beast boss than I thought initially. And then yeah, the final phase is kind of cool, if simple. My family. So yeah, living failures. Okay, I might get bullshitted for this, but for a gang fight, this is one of the better ones, I think. Not because it's like there's nothing fun about this boss, but I feel like even a not so experienced player can comfortably survive in this fight on doing a low damage kill. Like you can just always reposition and pretty easily like not get hit, you know? It's just that it will be ultra slow. And then the spawn camp exists, which is nice, but yeah, obviously still horrible gang fight. It's just better than most gang fights, I would say, simply because the enemies are not like going crazy, right? You can walk strafe the projectile stuff easily. You can outspace the melee attacks. You can parry them, and you can spawn camp them. So I don't know if top of D here or bottom C. Honestly, now that I think about it, I kind of want this guy in D still. Like, the stepping on is fucking trash. I want this guy here and this guy. And this guy. Trying to think. The AoE you can also AoE the meteor attack you can also avoid pretty easily since there's 2 spots in the arena where you're safe and you can always run there in time. And what's good is that the meteors happen, and while that is happening, the boss doesn't attack you, which is not a given necessarily for FromSoft. In other in other fights, they are like, oh yeah, here's an AOE bullshit or arena wide bullshit, and the boss is attacking you at the same time, which is just bad. Which this guy does not do. So yeah, I think he's one of the better gank fights, if still a bad gank fight. I think I'm going bottom C for now. Yeah. Like I said, some people might trash me for that, but I think it's fine. Oh god, Ludwig. My previously most hated boss in the game. Now it's a Power Beast. He's not like it's not everything wrong with him like Abhorrent Beast or these two, though. So I can't put him in F tier, even though I absolutely despise this boss. It's absolutely horrible in my opinion. Phase 1 is, in my opinion, trash. Yes, I know you can like outwalk most of the stuff and then go in again, but it's just like it's so unintuitive and just how do I say it? It's just it feels off to play this fight casually or like feels off to play this fight in like for a normal player. And obviously if you learn no hit and then you learn like how to like outspace and go under and blah blah blah, sure. But it just I think it just doesn't work for someone that just wants to enjoy the boss. It's just garbage. And then yeah, let's not talk about his the stairs weirdness with his targeting issues or with him. Like he goes on the stairs and then his AI decides, okay, I will now do a mid-range attack from close range, or he will walk up to you slowly all the way from far and then do a mid-range attack, which you then can't avoid, which is just garbage. So his AI also has a lot of problems when he's on the stairs. Or like only touching the stairs and then going out again. The charge is also bad. Way more avoidable than something like Abby charge, but still bad. And then yeah, phase 2. Phase 2 is better, and I like it more, but it does have certain several frame traps that you can only avoid if you like strafe around or away from him, which is fine, I guess. But again, it's not intuitive to do, and like most people will not figure that out ever unless they like start doing hidden stuff or something, right? So also not a fan of that. But phase 2 is much better than phase 1. And it's extremely cool as well. Like, I'll give you that. Which I think, like I said, when I fought them in the playthrough, I think what makes Bloodborne fans hype this boss up so much is not the mechanical side of the fight. It's just that they think he's like so cool, and the Moonlight Greatsword and the cutscene and the music as well. The soundtrack is insanely good. I've always said Bloodborne has probably the best FromSoft soundtrack in my opinion, and this guy's soundtrack is absolutely amazing. So I think it's just the vibe that why people put him so high often. But like mechanically, the fight is just not good, especially phase 1. So if I would rank him more fairly here, I guess he would be maybe here. But I hate this boss. I absolutely hate it. And that's why it goes here. Okay, not here. Below Lawrence for sure. Even below this guy. I think he goes here. Honestly, he goes here. I hate him more than Living Failures, even though Living Failures is mechanically plus. I'm not even sure if Living Failures is mechanically worse. Dude. Like, ugh. But yeah, this is like, since this is my list, normally he would be like here or here, maybe. That would be more fair, but he sucks, dude. I hate him, so he goes bottom of C. Now everyone is mad. Logarius. Pretty bad boss as well. Pretty bad. a lot of unfair attacks. That's not like that fucking sword attack. Like the 2 big hitboxes for the skull stuff. The arena is bad. The slope and him getting stuck. Often also the camera unlocks when he flies up and shit, and then you can't see him well. Just a really fucked up boss. He's like casually, he's kind of fine, I guess. Like he didn't even take me that long here, I think. Just that he has so many objectively bad attacks, even though most of them don't like kill you immediately or something. Maybe here, top of C. I think he's better than Maria because Maria is like phase 2 and 3 are just garbage completely. Well, this guy, he's only really like he's really hated by hitless runners, of course, because he's extremely hard to not get fucked in the face with all the little stuff. But like I said, most of these things don't really kill you and kind of add to the epicness a bit, but they're still objectively bad attacks. So I can't really put him in B with all of this, but I would say top of C is right. Definitely above Maria, even though not much. For sure, one of the most annoying moves for Hitless ever, yeah. So yeah. I think top of C is fine here. I'm surprised I have a few beast bosses up here, actually. Yeah, bad boss, but mostly for Hitless bad. Like, casually, it's kind of fine. Mikolash. Another NPC fight, except with extra annoyance of running around a level and hearing a guy scream all the time. It is like if it would like everyone hates the call beyond, of course, right? Because it's just NPC bullshit. But the real problem is that he like you can't be close and hit him because of the punch and the push or whatever he does. And then you get far, and then he does call beyond, and you kind of just get fucked, combo fucked. That makes sense. Also, the room where you're actually supposed to fight him then is too small. You should have some space to run away. So mechanically, I would put this guy probably here, about Keeper of the Old Lords level. However, the fact that you have to like that this is like a special puzzle boss makes him a bit higher, to be honest. Because like obviously for Hitless it's annoying, blah blah blah. But it's not a puzzle that is like that hurts the boss itself. The boss stays the same type of quality with or without the puzzle. And it kind of just adds to the feeling a bit. So I think that makes him go a bit higher. I can't really put him above this though. Maybe he is here after all. Maybe he would then be here. And yeah, he's also kind of weak, which is okay. Yeah, I guess he goes here, dude. Okay, I guess normally I would put him here, but because of the puzzle stuff and the level, I guess I put him one higher above Keeper of the Old Lords. Not a good boss at all. I mean, we're talking C tier here. Not that I like this boss, but yeah. Not great, but I like the puzzle part for casual play, I guess. Far Beyond smells nuts even for casual plays, yeah. Okay. Mood presence. Another really bad fight. Not as bad as I thought though, casually again. Like the walking attack I hate, the lingering shit, the AoE, not AoEs, the traps that like the blood that comes up and that only goes away when you go over it, kind of ass. However, this is one of the beast type bosses where you can completely comfortably dodge every attack like a normal attack that you would in Dark Souls 3 when you dodge a sword or whatever. You just roll through and it's fine. Boom. Which is nice. However, the visual clarity of what she actually does is horrible. The 1 HP attack is... I'm not a big fan of it, but at least it's kind of like on these guys where the meteor attack, they do nothing. Also the same for this. She does the 1 HP attack and you just run up to her and hit her and your HP is full again. So they just kind of wanted to show the rally mechanic there, I guess. So I guess that's fine. Since she is like stunned pretty long when she does that. The arena is obviously bad, just like on Gurman, because it's the same one. However, the bad arena has a bigger effect on Moon Presence than it has on Gurman, in my opinion. And then yeah, the traps, the blood AoEs, the traps, the flying stuff, just not great. And the biggest problem is honestly the visual clarity. Like I said, the attacks itself are pretty alright to dodge for a beast boss. It's really good actually, but the visual clarity is just horrible. Oh, and what I also don't like is the spin move, where like you have to roll away. Even if you like roll to the side a bit, you often get hit by the tail after. So, like that didn't have to be this way, or at least not that hard. Fine that you're not allowed to roll into it, but you stay on the same level. And she also does it into the wall, of course, where like you might be too close and then you get hit anyway, which is also bad. Quite bad. I would say worse than Lawrence, because Lawrence phase 2 or 3, whatever, kind of fine. And the visual clarity is better on Lawrence, even though it's also bad. The arena is really bad. Well, Lawrence arena is fine. Can I put it under NPCs? Not really, no. I don't really hate this boss like I hate Ludwig. So I think here is fine, like middle of C tier. Obviously, this boss is also horrible for hitless, but I mean, that goes for a lot of bosses in Bloodborne. Yeah, I think this is fine. I was surprised by how well you could dodge the attacks, like just through the roll through the arm and boom, you dodge the attack. I thought it would be like a Ludwig or Abby situation with the tentacles on this guy, but it isn't. So that's why it's a bit higher. Otherwise, it would have been probably down here if that was also a problem, but it isn't, so I'll give it middle of C. What the fuck is this? What? What is this? Is this an undead giant? Oh, it's One Reborn, lol. Okay. One Reborn. Whoops. One Reborn. Is there anything... does this fight have any redeeming quality? Just like, what if we do Tower Knight again, but like terrible? The only good thing is that it has so many limbs to break that even on like really low damage run, like on any playthrough, basically you can stun lock him and pretty much just kill him. I don't have anything against the Tower Knight idea, because you can safely run up the stairs and then just kill all the mages without risk of getting ass fucked. But like, what is this, dude? Why is this even a fight? It feels like they only put this here for you to like just blast it anyway. In my first playthrough, I didn't even kill the mages. I first tried this boss in my first playthrough. I just went up to it, attacked, and I only pressed attack and roll on the side, and I lived, and it just died. And that's like, why is this a fight then, if that is possible? moves are hella dumb too. Yeah, that's the problem with him being so weak and like easily done on any run is that I don't really know his moves now, like to really judge it compared to most of these others. But yeah. Yeah, it does kind of reinforce the limb stagger mechanic, that's true. Like even someone that didn't get it up to this point probably would understand that, oh, I hit a leg or whatever and he staggers from that. So that is, I guess, somewhat of a redeeming quality, but yeah, sadly, I just don't know the moves. Like he could have, for all I know, he could have one of the most shit moves ever, but I wouldn't know. So that's why I'm kind of troubling placing him right now. Mechanically, yeah, but like I said, on any run he just kind of dies. So you can, I guess, ignore the moves. Or on any playthrough, I should say. Not on any run, of course, but runs are kind of something else. It's just a really boring nothing experience, I guess. Not too trash, but also not like like I said, no redeeming quality. So I guess I put it here. These fights do have some redeeming qualities, if not many. These do not, except this one. But I hate it. That's why it's so low here. Okay, Orphan. This was previously my favorite boss in the game. Before I did the PL4 playthrough. I don't know if it still is though. Like German really grew on me big time. Although Orphan is definitely more fair than German, that's for sure. Also has the much better arena. And it's also much more epic. Soundtracks are insane for both of them. This is a tough one, dude. He doesn't really have any like horrible moves. It's just like he's kind of a roll catcher, so you really have to like in phase 1, you really have to like get that into your head to not like early roll away from him, otherwise he will just slap you. And that is fine. The only really bad attack this guy has, in my opinion, is the projectile shot. The projectile shot, for whatever reason, the hitbox is way too big and way too long. And you have to dodge it in such a weird way and very on time, like super strict on time. Otherwise, you get clipped, which is just bad. Other than that, though, that is fine in phase 1. And then phase 2, I guess the flying move, when you're locked on, the flying move where he throws down the projectiles and then flies past you and throws another bunch of projectiles, that can kind of fuck up your camera a lot. Like, obviously for hitless, you just log off then and run, but not really something that people would do. It's also kind of bad, but can hit an option and explode early? That's great. Love that. And then, yeah, I think the rest is very good. Even though, like, phase 2 is obviously hella overtuned. Like, it's kind of crazy how he just goes mad and at you. But the thing with this boss is he's very comfortably to parry, both in phase 1 and phase 2, in my opinion. Especially phase 2, actually. And you're kind of just, okay, yeah, he's going crazy, I'm just going to parry him. Which just works on this boss, which is really nice. And then, yeah, like the epicness of this boss in phase 2 with the lightning and the music and how the arena looks, like it is pretty sick, dude. So I think it's still above German for me for all these reasons. But German did grew on me crazy. Yeah. Sick boss, Orphan. Probably still, not probably, it's still the best boss in the game, I guess. Chalices didn't really have any good bosses except this guy. Yeah. I don't think I put him in S though, because I don't think any Bloodborne boss is S tier, to be honest. Maybe maybe he would be. Like the projectile is bad, but it's really just a really minor thing, and he doesn't do it a lot as well. And then the phase 2 overtune stuff, like you kind of like it puts you in this flow of, oh my god, I'm stressing out, but like you kind of just still deal with it. It doesn't feel unfair. It just feels ridiculously hard, which is like Bloodborne is one of the hardest. Like it's in terms of like mechanical stuff. I think Bloodborne is the hardest game, especially for no hit. Yeah, I guess he goes in S tier. He's sick, dude. This guy is like a bit too. Like the arena is too bad, and he's a bit. I guess he's not epic enough to go in S. Yeah. On another day, I would maybe put this down in A, but I feel like I don't really have a reason to not give it S tier apart from the projectile stuff. So yeah, put it S. Ah, Rom, aka the worst boss in the game. Yeah. What is this, dude? Who made this? Why did you make this? What the fuck, dude? Before Abhorrent Beast, this was my this boss I hated the most, Ludwig. But I always said Rom is the worst boss in Bloodborne. Which honestly, 3 chalice bosses said no to that. But it goes here then. Still F tier. No redeeming quality. Only bad things about this fight. Only bad things. Like, if maybe you could make an argument if in phase 2 and 3 she wouldn't spawn new spiders, then it would be like kind of not great, not good, not even okay, but it would kind of work at least a bit. But the fact that she spawns spiders 2 more times, it's just crazy, dude. And then also the punish windows, even if the spiders are all gone, the punish windows are like way too small. Yeah, like bad in every single way. Like I don't know how this exists for real. But I guess it makes sense for the lore, but it's the opposite of fun. Yeah, like that. This is just a garbage fight in every single possible way. And the Chalice version is even worse because she's in a fucking small room with a ceiling, and she's like, "Oh, I'm in phase 2. I'm gonna summon my meteors from the sky." Except they come out of the ceiling. They just come out of the fucking ceiling, dude. Like, oh god, it's crazy, dude. And she also the Chalice version also spawns bunch of more spiders. Bunch of more spiders. Because of course it does, even though this room is super small. Yo, Barion, what's up? That is Parl/Lauren Darkbeast in B, yeah? One of the better beasts, actually. Only has one major problem, which is the jumping around off camera. Which I said, I talked about it earlier if you're interested, I guess. Yeah, so my previously boss that I said worse, but these three said no to that. But yeah, absolutely terrible boss in every single possible conceivable way. Then we have Shadows. No. Yeah. I always said, what a run in Bloodborne. Where you go from Shadows into Rom, like garbage boss into garbage boss. Like insane Miyazaki. Nice job. there's people online that say, "Oh, Shadows is the best multi-enemy fight." Blah blah blah. I don't know what these guys have smoked, but this fight, like this fight, is heavily nerfed by, or like gets much more worse for the normal Bloodborne controls, where you can sprint and roll. If you could do that, it would instantly be much better, just for like at least playing it. But yeah, arena bats, shitty gang fights. At least you can parry them, but not like it's not fun, you know. And then obviously once you have noodle guy active, like the noodle attacks activated, then it gets even worse. And then like it gets even worse, and you're like waiting for even less punch opportunities, and get stuck on the thing, and you have to like walk strafe or roll through the thingies. And then yeah, phase 3 with the spider spawns. It's just like I don't think you can even not get hit when the spiders are out, like reliably. I think when the spiders are out, it's just like you will take damage pretty much. Although I haven't seen it too much, because I did beat them like without that. But it's just crazy. Like making a, if this was 3 guys like the ones in the where Wet Nurse is the area, wherever that is called, Menzies. If this was just 3 guys going at you, it would be one thing. It would still be terrible gang fight, but then it would probably be like here. But the fact that they also added to this absolutely terrible gang fight, they added these AoE, like undodgeable bullshit. It's just beyond me. Like, it would be fine to like say Shadows is the worst Bloodborne boss, at least for the main game. But for me, it's still Rom. I think Rom is even worse. But this guy is pretty much just as bad. And yeah, F tier. Garbage of the garbage of the garbage. No redeeming quality at all. Insane decision. Okay, Undead Giant. There's obviously, I think, 3 versions of Undead Giant. This is the worst version though, and that's the one that I was also gonna rank. It's the one with the chains, I think. At least, even if it's not, I'm ranking the one with the chains. That guy had to fight for the longest, and yeah, pretty fucking bad, dude. The spin move just hits you. I know now that you can like strafe around it, or like strafe inside of it on the side from cheat, but yeah, obviously no one is gonna instinctively do that. And then yeah, the combos. The fact, like, pretty much the spin kind of destroys it, right? Like the combos would be fine if you would be like, oh, I can dodge in, no problem. But because you have the spin in mind, and you know, oh my god, I have to get out again, and I can't if I dodge that way. Like all of the existing attacks just get worse and worse and worse. He has that weak point behind him, but even if you break that, he has instant recovery and can just spin you. So you have to like break it and roll away instantly. Pretty fucking bad fight. The question is it D level bad? I feel like it is. Also, like phase 2, when the chains get like linger more and like go further and stuff. I feel like he's even worse than the Bloodletting Beast. Even worse than Celestial Emissary. Not worse than Abby though. Think D works. Yeah, the other guy is a Cannon Giant, and the third one, which I don't remember which one it is probably much better, but I'm just ranking the one that I had to fight the most. So yeah, pretty bad. Okay, another one where I make my where I'm gonna make myself hated, I guess, on the Bloodborne community. I fucking hate Amelia, dude. Like everyone is like, oh, Beast Boss is Amelia, so cool, so nice, blah blah blah. But A, she has apart from Bloodletting Beast, like these two with the step on, she's the like the number 2 when it comes to stepping on you and staggering you with moving around and shit, which is just always shit. Except it's not as punishing as on these guys. But yeah, then like it's basically she heals herself too. Yeah, true. And then it's basically just a worse cleric beast and with like harder attacks. Visual clarity is ass, and it's just like I don't find this guy fight. I don't find anything in this fight fun. Basically, he's also like, I feel like mechanically she's also pretty hard for the early game that she's in. She's just like dying though. I mean, it's only to stop. It's limited. Yeah. So it's I really dislike this fight. Even though like mechanically it's probably about here, just like these other beasts. So I guess it would be like here. But I dislike it more than all of these other beasts, so I put it here. I unironically dislike Amelia more than Moon Presence. Oh, whoops. I just really, really dislike this boss, dude. And like in my first playthrough, I still remember I fought this boss and I was like, ugh. That's how beast bosses are in this game? Ugh. And then like, yeah, the most beast bosses are just not good. Even the best one here, BSB, is like only beat here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Amelia. But I know this is also kind of a controversial opinion. I think Amelia is also S tier for many people for some reason. At least she isn't like completely unfair. Apart maybe from the staggering and the stepping on you. But that is more easily avoidable than these guys, like I said. Yeah, not a fan. Watchdog of the Old Lords. AKA one of my new favorite bosses, dude. I really like this guy. He's not very hard, pretty simple. But he just works. There's nothing bad about him. It's just a fun boss. Very fun boss. I thought, well, like when I went into this, I would hate this guy, but I actually don't. This is like if this counts as a beast boss, which I think it does count, it's the best beast boss by far. And I would even say it's A tier. And I would even put it here over Elder. Very simple, very, very simple. Not hard. But the charge is completely fair. The only charge in the game that is a completely fair charge that you can just dodge. The arena is maybe a tad too small, but it still works because you can really easily pull him to the middle again. You can go behind, get the punishes in. You can fight him from the front as well. And everything is just visible. Everything is visually clear, reactable, and communicated to the player well. Just a good boss, dude. Really good boss. It can't go over German because this guy is kind of too simple to really put him over a really crazy boss like German, but yeah, really good. I'm gonna snooze the ad here. I'm almost done. Yeah, then yeah, one of my favorite bosses now. It's kind of funny how 2 Chalice bosses became one of my favorites. Wet Nurse. I'm not sure on this one because like her only really bad attack is the Nightmare one. Obviously, we know we can dodge the projectile, but that's not really something that counts because no normal player would ever like figure that out or like do it. Only like maybe dodge it by accident because it's an invisible projectile, right? If the projectile would be visible, then okay, but no, it's not. And the like in phase 2, the Nightmare attack is objectively bad. So this like puts her down a bit, but everything else is kind of fine attack-wise. My only problem with her is 2 things. A, she's way too boring, dude. Like, I think there's only one boss that's more boring, or maybe 2 bosses that's more boring. This guy and where is he? What was the other boss that was like super boring for me? I forgot. Anyway, extremely boring fight, but the attacks are pretty much fine except the nightmare phase. Like, so it's not really kind of a nothing boss, to be honest. What I don't understand is why she's so tanky. Like, it almost feels like a mistake, like that they gave her too many HP or something. Because there's also this bug with her that she always gives the same amount of blood echoes on each game cycle or something. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe they also fucked up her health. I don't know. But yeah. It's not really anything majorly wrong with this boss, I guess. So I just don't really have any feelings for this boss. It's maybe even top of B for that reason. Even though Gascoigne is way more interesting, but the arena is so bad for him that, yeah. Ah. Actually, I like all of these more than Wet Nurse, though. This is kind of a Ludwig situation where objectively he would be like here, and this is the same here. Objectively, she would be like here, or maybe even here. But I kind of just... I find her so boring and uninspired. That is like... And plus the tankiness, so you fight her for so long. I'm putting her bottom of B for that reason. And we have Witches of Hemwick. Also one of the better in quotes, gang fights. The grab's kind of shit. The shooting... like, the grab is the shot. The grab is kind of shit, yeah. Especially that she can do it from, like, far away and stuff. But, like, it's kind of just oh yeah, you run around for a bit and hit him, and then it's over fight. The arena is kind of bad, but you can also fight the beasts they summon. Kill them relatively easily. They get staggered. Yeah, but obviously still... Like, this is kind of Celestial Emissary tier, I guess. Except... Yeah, it's kind of like Celestial Emissary, to be honest. It's probably like... because it's so much easier, you would be inclined to put it higher, but... it's kind of basically the same thing. Where it's just like, oh, here's a gank for a simple enemy. But it's like not really a hard gang and not a big problem. So yeah, I think this works. Do I like it more than Emissary though? No. Oh, sorry. Even though it's probably objectively better, but I kind of see these as the same type of thing, so... Just not a good fight. That is just there, but you just end it and it's over. And then the final one, Yarnum, that we just fought earlier. What did they think? What were they thinking with this guy, with this girl? An invisible grab that has a sound cue that you just randomly have to roll away that can happen at all times, so you don't punish too much. Interesting idea. And with interesting, I mean horrible. Extremely tanky as well for a boss like this. You can interrupt her with anything, which is a plus, I guess. So, like, even though I was like, also extremely boring boss, like I said earlier. You have to wait all the time for her attacks to be over, but you can also gun cancel her, I guess. Or R1 cancel her even, if the baby is not crying. But yeah, just kind of boring in phase 1, and then phase 2 and 3. Oh god, dude. There's several bad attacks. Like, the piercing one that she can do from really far away, and even from behind the fountain where you don't even see her coming, or like she does the clones and she spawns in and immediately does it from off screen, and you're just getting fucked. Horrible, horrible attack. Then the clone thing itself, which has no cooldown, ironically. She can clone and then immediately clone again. Also, like, why? Like, you can get, like, you can get fucked by the projectiles coming from different angles, so you can't really strafe them. The clones can also do, like, explosion stuff in phase 3. And the outside spawn. The outside spawn is the worst thing about the clone attack, where they all spawn on the wall, and you cannot get all 3 on camera immediately or at all. So one always spawns, at least one always spawns off cam, and often fucks you immediately, like attacks you immediately, and you're just like, oh well, I guess I'm dead. And if the real one spawns next to you, that's like extra terrible because you can't just get rid of it, of course. So then you have to like run away and try to not get pierced to like get rid of the clones. Also absolutely horrible. And then another horrible attack is the multi-pierce, where it's like it's not the single one that goes up where you are, but the one where it's like multiple ones that come up in a line 3 times. Which you have to dodge that on timing to not get hit, of course. But it can also be that it comes, like it starts somewhere away from you and you dodge, and then it grows into the position you are in, and then frame traps you out of your roll that you had to do because it could have spawned under you or near you. So can also be an undodgeable attack, unless maybe you like run away or something. Maybe then you could like outspace it. But obviously that's kind of ass. And yeah, the Murgo grab is just like to all of this, adding the Murgo grab is just crazy, dude. Like even making an attack like this is just crazy talk. I just don't know how low I would put this boss right now, to be honest. Her melee attacks are all pretty fine, except the one thing that's annoying is that she holds her knife so far in front of her body, then when you parry her, you often get partials, because it feels like you should parry late, but the knife already hits you. But that's more of a like, okay, that's just the way it is, and you just parry early, so fine. But yeah. Not a good boss at all. And like I said in the fight earlier, it's very uniquely bad boss. Like all of these other bosses, or in any game, really, it's like, yeah, bad attack, undodgeable, blah blah blah. But this boss is like no boss is bad in the way that this boss is bad. You know, it's very unique. So I'm not that for that reason. I'm not really sure where to put it here between all these. I don't know if I can put it in F, because F is kind of like the tier 4. There's nothing good about these bosses. While this boss does have some things that are alright. So I think I put it in D. Question is where? Below these two, I would say. Quite bad. Below Undead Giant. Yes, also. Below Abbey. Now here it becomes hard to tell. That is really tough, dude. No, I think not. I think I put her right here. Abby is really just horrible, dude. So yeah, D tier for this boss, really bad. The Murgo grab is absolute insanity. I don't know how you would come up with doing something like that in a game like this. But I guess they did. Yeah. That's my Bloodborne boss tier list, I guess. Let me screenshot this. For later. Someone asks me, lol. Boss tier list, boom. Yep. And now I would say we're done.